Hello friends, again here, class 9th, chapter The Snake and the Mirror. In this week's chapter we are going to discuss certain things, and I'll tell you that this chapter is equally important, and it's a kind of a humorous story in which you will see that how a writer first himself admires his personality into the mirror, and later on how he just regrets of that very thing of boasting about himself, and what decisions he is taking. Let's see. So it's a story about a homeopathic doctor, a person who is a homeopathic doctor. That means who deals with those medicines which are usually related to not English medicines but Ayurvedic medicines. So this person lives in a rented room. So it's a rented room where he lives. He don't have his own home, but the rented room is in such a condition that there are a lot of rats. There is no electricity, so he has to use kerosene lamp to light it. So usually he does not make meals in his home. He eats outside in a restaurant. So doctor comes back in the evening after having dinner. So he comes back to his this. So it's a story within a story. That means this story was told by a doctor to our narrator. So narrator is this telling this story to us. Now the story begins that this doctor came back to his home and he is sitting in his room. So he took a medical book and he sat in front of a large mirror and lamp. You know that mirror can be called as an agent of distraction. An agent of distraction. Whether it's male or female, usually for females, but whether it is male or female, this is always a kind of an agent of distraction. Whenever you are in front of a mirror, you keep on checking your profile, you keep on checking your hair, you keep on checking your face, whatever, for any pimples. So as this doctor, he sat in front of a mirror. There was a large mirror and a lamp. He sat with his medical book. Soon, what happened, as it was very hot over there, so he was unable to sleep. So he began to admire himself into the mirror. He was bored by just reading a book. He kept the book aside, and now he began to admire himself. Now, what was the admiration? His thought shifted from self-admiration to future marriage. First, self-admiration, how he admired himself. That what he did, he said that I will grow a little mustache so that I'll look more handsome. And what I'll do, I'll shave every day to look more young. And what I'll do, I'll keep a smile on my face, which will add up to my handsome looks. So these are the thoughts which came to his mind, and these are the self-admiration aspects which prevailed. So he kept on thinking about this very thing. And he later on he began to think about future marriage. Now you will see that future marriage, it's a kind of a humorous thing. He says that my this wife should be rich but a fat one, because if I did any kind of mischief with her, she should not be able to just catch me, just chase me properly. So that's why she want a wife who is little fat, but she should be rich. Now there was a sudden sound followed by a deep silence. Now as there were sound of rats and all these things, but there was a sudden thud of something dropping, and as something fell down, and there was a silence after that. But as he was engulfed in his own thoughts, doctor reacted slowly. He was not able to react in a hurry. He reacted slowly. But when he reacted, he saw a snake coiling his arm and very close to his face. It was coming up through the chair, and now it coiled up onto his arm and was very close to his face. So he was not able to do anything. He got shocked and felt his nerves got numb. He felt like statue. He was not able to move because he was so scared of the snake. Because if he would make a move, maybe the snake will bite him. So the doctor realized about his boasting and felt very sorry. Look, we kept on boasting ourselves, but we should think that it is God gifted. We should not boast about our achievements as well. We should not boast about our good looks as well, because maybe another person who does not have good looks, he'll get hurt. So you should not boast about these very things. Rather than you should become a kind of an admiration for others, an inspiration for others. So here, this doctor, he feels sorry for being boasting about himself. So the snake left the doctor and began to gaze in its reflection as it coiled down into his lap, and from there to the table it began to gaze its reflection. Now the doctor silently escaped and saved his life from there. He just ran away from there without locking anything. Next day at around 8:30 in the morning, when he came to visit his room with his friends to take away his things, he wants to stay somewhere else. So what happened? He found that most of the things were taken by a thief. There was a theft in his home, because he has left it unlocked, so nothing was kept behind. Only this t-shirt was kept, which was very dirty, and it was a kind of a satire on this narrator, that the thief has given it a kind of a satire towards him, that I'll not take this one because it is not neat. So now what is the critical appreciation? What is the part of the critical appreciation in this very chapter? As I told you earlier, that this is the story within the story, or we can say a narrative within the narrative, because the doctor narrates this very story to our narrator, and he later on tells this story to us. So that's why it's a narrative within a narrative, or we can say story within a story. The story revolves between two aspects, the snake and the mirror. So there are two aspects which are more important in this very, the snake, which means the enemy, and mirror, which means an agent of distraction. There are two things, enemy and agent of distraction, which are being described in this very chapter. So the doctor's encounter with a snake made him realize about his boasting, and knowing that he was a man of flesh and blood only. Look, each and every person is a man of flesh and blood only. It's later on how they work, or why they work. It should not be that if I am able to achieve big in my life, I should boast about it every time, that I should make others feel inferior that they are not able to do so. No, it should not be like that. But I should inspire them to do good things. So a human being should keep this thing in mind, that they are built up of same things as other human beings are. If I am just achieving something, or if I am a common man, and Mukesh Ambani, he is a man of we can say riches, he has a lot of money, but he is a man of flesh and blood. He eats in the same manner, he just follows his daily routine in the same manner, though it will be comfortable, more sophisticated than me, but same will be the process. So we should keep this thing in mind, whether we get anything or not, whether we are able to achieve anything or not, but we should not boast about our achievements, about our good looks, about our strengths. So the moral of the story is that one should not be proud of one's looks, beauty, achievements, or strength. As I was told, that we should not be proud of these very things. Good looks given by God, it's there, you don't have any contribution in that. Beauty given by God, you don't have contribution in that. Achievements, it is the inspiration given by God, or we can say it is a kind of a push given by God. Without the consent of God, nothing can move in this world. So it is the push which the God has given to you, but you have maybe you have done a little, but more is done by other people, your parents. So never just keep on boasting about your achievements. There are a lot of people like your teachers, your parents, who are involved in your achievements. Without these people, you would not have been able to do anything. So it's not your own achievements only, your strength, it can be today, tomorrow you can just fall ill and you will not be able to get that strength. Maybe strength of money, maybe you lose money tomorrow, so you'll not be able to have that strength. So all these things, you will not be able to keep them for too long if you are boasting about them. So you need to just focus that we have to inspire, not to boast. The fear of death makes a person realize that futile worldly achievements are. Look, now whenever we are in danger, we usually believe that there is God. We usually just go for praying. We usually pray to God that we will do this thing and that thing. And whenever we are in pleasure, we usually don't bother God that much. We don't usually pray that much. But whenever we are sad, we feel as if God has bestowed us with this sadness. We never thank him in happiness. We just keep on telling, or we can say praying, that it was him who brought sadness in our life. No, we should always keep on thinking about God, and we should know that these are worldly achievements. You'll not be able to just take them with you to another world, or you can say whatever you believe in rebirth, or you believe in life after this death. So it can be that you will not be, it cannot that you will take all these riches or all your strengths over there. So the real fear of death makes a person realize that this world is nothing. This world is just a moment to live. So we should live that moment in a way that people should just they should later on just talk about us. Later on just talk about us. They should they should talk behind our backs, but in a positive manner. We should not be ridiculed every time. So it is the faith in God and modesty in thoughts which make a person strong. Definitely, like we right now say that it's an era where we need morality more rather than education. We need we need to just give moral lectures to our students. What is the need of these things? What is the need of morality right now? What's the need of refreshing our modesty? Because our thoughts have gone little towards little exploited this aspect. So we should just have faith in God first, that everything done in this world is only because of God. And we should later on have modesty in our thoughts, that whatever is given to me is only by God, and I should help others, and I should. So your thoughts should be positive. Simple is, your thoughts should be positive, and you due to these things you will be a strong person. It's a humorous story about the doctor and the snake who found it hard to remain away from mirror and self-admiration. Look, it is a kind of a humorous story. Humorous means where there is fun, a story about fun, a story creating fun. It is creating fun when it's saying that I'll grow this mustache, I'll look more handsome, I'll just shave every day, I'll be more handsome, I'll marry a woman who will be more fat so that she should not be able to chase me. This thing creates a kind of a humor in the story. And at last the snake was taken with its own beauty because it kept looking into the mirror as doctor did. So it's again that we keep on admiring ourselves. That's why we sometimes fell to a kind of a situation where we are not able to do anything. We are not able to achieve our goals. We are distracted from our path. So this phrase gives us a kind of conclusion that don't distract from your path. Just try to emphasize on your own goals and achieve big things. So that was all in this very video. I hope that I have just covered all the things. If something is missed, you can just talk to me. You can just interact with me in the chat, this WhatsApp chat group. I'll clear your doubts over there. So hope you like this very video. Thank you very much.